Hello everyone, welcome back to Fighters channel. Jake Paul says he won't take it easy on Mike Tyson despite age gap. Mike Tyson might be 30 years older than Jake Paul, but that won't stop El Gallo from going for the knockout if the opportunity presents itself on July 20. Telling TMZ Sports there is no chance he takes it easy on the boxing legend in their upcoming fight. The combat sports community is torn on who's got the upper hand in the Paul versus Tyson bout. Tyson is obviously one of the greatest to ever do it, but he is decades removed from his dominance, while Paul is far less experienced, but in his prime when it comes to age. We spoke with 27-year-old Paul as the big day rapidly approaches and asked if there is any part of him that would hold back based on the fact his opponent is a few years from being a senior citizen. Absolutely not, Paul said, explaining if Tyson gets a shot to knock him out, he will do the exact same in an embarrassing fashion. So I have to reciprocate that same energy, he added. But Mike Tyson is a real fighter. He is ruthless. He is the most vicious champion ever. So I have to channel that Mike Tyson energy to finish him, and that the legend must fall. As for the magnitude of the fight, Paul said he expects AT&T Stadium to be filled to the brim and thinks Netflix could attract hundreds of millions of viewers. Not only is Paul's boxing career reaching new heights, he also talked about his better business booming, and he is thrilled with how it's blowing up on the scene in such a short amount of time. Mike Tyson unexpectedly gets Evander Holyfield as his best ally to beat Jake Paul. He has explained what Tyson can do to avoid the defense against Jake Paul. The boxing world is patiently waiting for the headline act of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, and one unexpected person has allied themselves with Tyson. A former opponent of Tyson, Evander Holyfield, has been a regular interviewed in the build-up to July's bout, and he has tried to offer Iron Mike some advice for fighting at an advanced age. The fight is set to take place on July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington. By July 20th, Tyson is going to be 58 years old, probably 30 years older than his opponent. Holyfield returned to the ring at 58 years old. Holyfield beat Tyson twice during his professional boxing career, and he made an ill-advised return to the ring in 2021 to take on UFC legend Vitor Belfort in a boxing match. He was toyed with and comprehensively beaten, despite having infinitely more boxing pedigree than his opponent. Holyfield was 58 years old when that fight took place, and it was obvious that he should not have been in the ring. So naturally, he has been asked to offer some advice for Tyson, who finds himself in an identical situation. I don't know how much confidence Jake Paul has, but he will be a lot quicker. If he stays close to Mike, then his chance of winning is going to be great. But if he tries to stay back from Mike, then he is going to get caught, he said. Mike is like a snake. He will pop out on you, but if you charge him, you can smother him because he pushes off his legs, because he is too close. If you give him room, you're going to be messed up. Former two-way world champion Evander Holyfield has sent a stern warning to Mike Tyson ahead of his upcoming clash with Jake Paul on July 20th. Iron Mike will be 58 years old by the time he steps into the ring at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and his former foe Holyfield found out the hard way that returning to the sport at that age is no easy task. The real deal, who holds 2 victories over Tyson in world title fights, made an ill-advised comeback in 2021. It was clear from shortly after the opening bell that Holyfield belonged nowhere near a boxing ring on that night. The skills that had once made him a decorate champion were a distant memory, as Belfort picked off his opponent at will. Mercifully, the referee stepped in and stopped the fight after less than 2 minutes. Asked what lessons he could offer Tyson from his own experience of boxing at 58, Holyfield told Fight Hub that the speed of the younger fighter would be something the heavyweight icon would need to watch out for. He even thought there will be a 31-year age gap between the two boxers when they step into the squared circle. The clash has still been sanctioned as a full professional bout, with knockouts allowed. This aspect of the fight is of grave concern to medical experts, who claim that Tyson is putting himself at great risk by fighting again. Where Boxing News spoke to Brain Injury Association heavyweight chief executive Peter Maccabi after Holyfield's defeat to Belfort back in 2021. Maccabi shared the following warning, which remains applicable to Tyson when he squares off with the pole. Boxing at any age is a hazardous sport. Boxing actively encourages participants to strike opponents' heads, to incapacitate them by knocking them senseless. As we get older, our bodies take longer to heal, our reactions get slower. Therefore, as a general rule, the older fighters are, the less able they will be avoid or defend against punches. Maccabi continued. Furthermore, any impact they suffer could be exacerbated by the cumulative damage accrued from years of being hit in the ring in their younger days. But simply, the more blows to the head you receive, the more likely you are to suffer a long-term injury. Jake Paul on facing Mike Tyson. He is a killer, he is ruthless, and my ultimate test. The show and hard punches will undoubtedly be in the highly anticipated fight. One of the most highly anticipated fights in recent years is on the horizon, with less than 2 months to go until the July 20th bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. The fighters continue to build the hype. In a recent interview, Jake Paul admitted that this is the toughest test for him and that he will need to manage his nerves in front of tens of thousands of live spectators, with an estimated 100 million expected to watch on Netflix. That seems like a high number for Netflix, but we will see what the actual figures say after the fight. Paul commented on Tyson, saying, Mike Tyson's power, his experience, his tenacity, the veteran tricks he is going to pull out, this is my ultimate test of warfare, and that excites me. He also added that if he gets the chance to knock out Tyson, he would not hesitate for a second, stating, because if he has the opportunity to do the same, you know damn well he is going to finish me in embarrassing fashion. Indeed, Tyson would knock him out at any chance he got. As Paul, he said, he is a real fighter, he is ruthless, he is the most vicious champion ever. Despite the 30-year age gap, which is significant for a professional boxing match, the show and hard punches will undoubtedly be there. It's been 37 years since Iron Mike became the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight title. When that happened, his opponent was not even in plans of being born yet. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.